Hello and welcome. We appreciate you joining us here today. We will be getting started on the top of the hour, so get that last second coffee refill or something to take some notes with, and we will get started in about 5 minutes time. All righty, let's go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to our webinar on the features to build your fundraising Choco Taco. Today we'll be chatting about GiveSmart features to build your comprehensive fundraising suite. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Madison Koutman and I will be your host for today's session. Joining us today, we have Chelsea Wilson, the Senior Product Marketing Manager for Fundraising at Community Brands. Chelsea, thank you for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah, so some housekeeping tips as we get going. Please feel free to use the Q&A box for any questions you might have as we go, and check your chat box for resources and links we are going to share throughout the webinar. Our colleague Richard is helping us out on the back end, so keep the questions coming. Also, today's call is being recorded, and the recording will be shared with everyone attending. So without further ado, let's take a moment to review the agenda. So we'll start with a brief, fun poll before we dive into the features that make up a fundraising Choco Taco, as I'm sure you're curious. We'll end the call with a Q&A. This is a 30-minute session, but we may or may not run over at the end, depending on the questions we get as we go. So please stay with us if you can, but your time is valuable to us, and we understand if you need to jump at the half-hour mark. As we mentioned, keep the questions coming. We'll answer some live and save some for the end. And we want your input. If you have ideas to share or lessons learned, send us those messages in the chat so we can incorporate your ideas and feedback during the call as we go. So let's get this first poll started. We want to know, do you love the Choco Taco as much as we do? There was earlier this year some dessert taco controversy, if you may have seen it, when the Choco Taco we are all familiar with from Klondike was being discontinued. In case you missed it, the public outcry was huge, and the taco will not be fully discontinued now. The news shows that they will be bringing it back in some capacity. So the news about the Choco Taco got our team thinking about how fundraising and the features you use can easily be compared to building your own fundraising taco and the ingredients to build your perfect taco for both your staff and your donors. And that's how we ended up with today's topic. And just like the Choco Taco, we also want to make sure that you have the features available to you so that your fundraising doesn't have the same rocky road, pun intended, as the Choco Taco. So we want to make sure that your fundraising is impactful for your staff, your donors, your volunteers, and everyone involved. So looks like 63% of you said yes, it's my favorite. We love it, love to see it. And 38% said never tried it. That's hilarious. Love to see what your thoughts are. If you can get your hands on one in the future, they're delicious. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead. We'll close the poll and we'll move on. Chelsea, can you get us started on GiveSmart and the fundraising Choco Taco suite?
I would love to. So for starters, I'll give a brief overview of the GiveSmart solution as a whole, and then we'll break down the taco. So all aspects of GiveSmart, which includes tool sets called Fundraise, Events, and Donor CRM, all of these create your fundraising taco and allow you the peace of mind that your campaigns, events, and donor engagement are secure, resilient, flexible, delightful, and can support all of your endeavors to help you face any challenges that arise. So on the screen, you'll see a list of a few of the tools that are available in GiveSmart. And we'll go through some of these things in a bit more detail as we move through. So our vision to bring together best-in-class tools to create a unified, all-encompassing fundraising solution means that you have access to the ultimate fundraising solution with one vendor, one point of contact to be your partner for success, one contract, one payment, just really making it easy for you. Plus, our team is made up of people with a passion for purpose-driven organizations. Most of us have literally been in your shoes, working for nonprofit organizations as fundraisers, and we truly understand the challenge of wearing many, many hats, as I'm sure all of you do, and being spread a little too thin on time and trying to accomplish big things for your mission all at the same time. So we're here to be your partner and truly guide you in the most effective way to use GiveSmart tools and create ultimate fundraising success to help you move your mission forward. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a bite of this fundraising Choco Taco. So the waffle cone shell, the first layer is the waffle cone shell. GiveSmart Fundraise is the foundation you need to hold together your year-round fundraising. Its dependable features are diverse, customizable, and yet scale for any sized organization. So from customizable, embeddable online donation forms to unlimited peer-to-peer campaigns and text to donate, Fundraise is a solid, crunchy base on which you can build your year-round fundraising plans. Many organizations focus on annual events for their primary fundraising. And there are so many other pieces of a smart year-round strategy that can really boost your fundraising success with a tool like GiveSmart Fundraise. So going to look a little deeper, starting with our donation forms. So this is an easy piece to implement for your standard donations. Our forms are customizable, meaning you can ensure the colors, the graphics, logos, branding as a whole really matches your organization's brand and offers a cohesive, sleek looking experience too. So additionally, you can customize your GiveSmart Fundraise form to include custom giving amounts, share the impact of a gift, which we know can be really effective, include custom questions to collect the data you really want and need. And you can even create forms for other things like volunteer signups. Another thing I really love about our customizable options is the ability to offer your supporters that option to give in honor or in memory of someone. So the best part of the tribute gifts is the option to send a cute little e-card, and you can see on the screen here some of those that you could choose from to notify someone that a gift has been made in their honor. And this adds a nice personal and emotional touch to the process. And all of this is done right within the form, which makes it smooth and seamless. The next thing I want to call out with forms here is recurring giving. So bear with me because I get really excited about recurring giving. Recurring giving is sometimes overlooked, but it's hugely impactful with the potential to make up 10% of your organization's revenue. So with GiveSmart Fundraise, we know that offering a recurring giving prompt and or a pop-up can increase giving by 64%, yet only about 14% of organizations typically include this option. So by simply including the option to make a gift recurring, you can increase giving. Also, on average, recurring donors have a higher retention rate than one-time donors, which creates stability for your organization and ultimately saves money at the same time, since it is 6 to 7 times more expensive to acquire a new donor than to retain an existing supporter. One other stat, I'm not going to bury you in stats, but like I said, I get excited about these. One other stat to leave you with on recurring giving, recurring donors tend to give 42% more per year than those who make a one-time gift. So it's as easy as the click of a button to enable and customize recurring giving options on your GiveSmart Fundraise forms. We offer more options for the frequency as well, so including weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually. And as a pro tip, I'd recommend selecting the option to make recurring the default selection on your giving forms to increase success. On average, $2 million is raised each month through recurring giving alone on GiveSmart Fundraise. So clearly it's effective. It's a great piece to add to your forms and something that's super easy to manage with GiveSmart Fundraise. Now let's talk about text to give options. Did you know that the open rate for text messages is 98%? And for comparison, email averages at about a 20% open rate. Meeting your donors right where they are on their mobile devices is the easiest and most effective way to reach them. So you'll start by selecting your custom keyword, which will automatically generate a giving form. And this keyword can be used in promotion in a variety of ways, whether in print, on social media, in emails, on your website, however you communicate. So you simply instruct your supporters to text the keyword to a simple short code that's assigned to you, and they'll be seamlessly directed to a form and make a contribution from their mobile device. So you can see on the screen there an example. The keyword here was balloons. This person texted balloons, and this is the message they received, which can be customized to say what you want it to. And then they're directed to click this link and go right into a form and make an easy donation. If you have never tried SMS messaging or text to give, it can feel overwhelming and organizations sometimes don't know where to start. But GiveSmart takes care of all of the TCPA compliance for you, the opt-out messaging and management. So no worries there. You can see again on the example on the screen here, the standard copy at the bottom that's automatically added and managed for you, and the opt-out, text opt-in, all of those things you don't have to worry about. So SMS communication or text communication outside of donation keywords is also a great tool for reaching your supporters. And this can be used for things like promoting save the dates or linking to campaign pages, thank you videos, success stories, and so on. So again, if you're not sure where to start or don't feel like you have time to launch another activity, we hear you loud and clear, and we have made it really easy for you by creating several text series templates to get you started. So you can see an example of some of those on the screen as well. That includes things like pre-event text series, crisis communication, year-end giving, my favorite, encourage recurring giving. So just a starting point to really help you know where to launch and go from there.
Yeah, and that stat always just like blows me away, the 98% open rate for text messages. And I can even speak to being a previous GiveSmart customer myself when I worked with an organization, and we would be hosting an event, let's say an auction, and we would send out text messages saying this item has no bids or 15 minutes left in the auction, get those last minute bids in. And we would see the event activity just explode with bids and donations. And it's really, really amazing how effective text messages are for any of your fundraising campaigns. I just had to throw that in.
Yeah, that's an awesome, awesome example. You're so right. All right, lastly for GiveSmart Fundraise, I want to touch on peer-to-peer giving campaigns. So this simply means that you're inspiring your supporters to not only make a donation, but giving them an opportunity to fundraise on your behalf by engaging their network of people. So this is great because it opens the door to so many other potential donors, volunteers, supporters. And we found with our clients that on average, 62% of the donors giving in a peer-to-peer campaign are brand new contacts for your database. So again, this is a great way to obtain new contacts and donors. Your peer-to-peer campaign can be customized, of course, with branding, impact videos, images, an inspiring call to action, whatever fits your mission. And you can also include a goal with a progress bar or a thermometer that tracks the progress of the campaign. Having that included really elicits that real-time excitement and in-the-moment giving by those who want to see that number go up and reach the goal. Is very effective to include. So then you invite your staff, your donors, your volunteers, board members, local businesses, everyone to create their individual fundraising pages through your campaign. Again, easy with the click of a button. And again, with options for them to customize a bit, including adding their photo to their fundraiser page. And then they share it with their networks. A little friendly competition is always effective. So including a leaderboard lets everyone see where they are in the lineup and inspires them to keep raising funds. Peer-to-peer campaigns are great and effective at any time of the year, but especially can be useful for Giving Tuesday and year-end giving, which we know is coming up, and about 30% of giving occurs in that time of year typically. So it's a really great tool to use around your year-end giving strategy too. All right, the ice cream filling. A Choco Taco would be nothing without the ice cream filling, right? It is the substance that makes the dessert. So GiveSmart Events features fill your fundraising taco in that same way by enabling the success of your events. And with our events module, you can scoop as many auctions and ticketed events as you'd like. There's unlimited campaigns, from dynamic ticketing to guest management, donor marketing tools, and more. Our events module is the sweet filling that fulfills your mission. So one of the key tools here with GiveSmart Events is ticketing. You have options to create custom tickets and collect the specific information you need for your event. So if you want to collect meal preferences or seating preferences, apparel sizes, favorite color, whatever it is, you can do that here. We also offer a super easy to use seating management tool that we're proud of. So you can drag and drop guest names, groups, easily make changes as you need, which we all know tends to happen along the way. And then think about what is one of the biggest bottlenecks at an event. It is check-in and arrival, right? So I feel like that can be one of the most stressful parts of the event for staff and volunteers. And a smooth arrival experience creates a great first impression. It really sets the tone for your event. So one tool we offer to make this smoother is self-check-in. This means that your guests can receive a prompt via SMS message on their phone, again, right where they are, right where they'll see it. They'll receive that in advance, confirm their details, and check in by clicking a link. So then they'll receive their seating assignment or whatever other pertinent details that you're including in your check-in process, and they'll receive it right on their mobile device. So that way, when they arrive, they can skip the line altogether, go right to their seat, go right into the party, start enjoying themselves. And if you have information or items to distribute upon arrival, we've seen some customers create like a VIP or a speed pass type of a format at arrival, a second line for those who have already checked in, so that they just have already completed their check-in, they bypass the main line, they go through the speed pass line, so to speak, or the VIP line, where you can give them a brochure, a t-shirt, or whatever else you may have to distribute. So again, it just really makes that process so much smoother, not only for your team managing the event, but for your guests and attendees.
Yeah.
Really,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead. Yeah.
No, and something else too, that's a really great call out as we, enter all in-person events again. I always say, make sure you're still including those virtual guests and donors that you've acquired throughout these past few years. And make sure that you're also giving them an opportunity to attend virtually or even just participate in an auction or something virtually. And they would also have the opportunity to check in virtually via the self check-in. So it's like you can keep track of different audiences as well, which makes that really, really easy to manage your events. And one other thing about ticketing that I always loved when I was a customer was we could build our tickets, and it was super easy to build our tickets. But then, as we have a screenshot on the slide here, there are a ton of different item types, and some of those item types you can incorporate into your forms. So you can sell things like instant items for a wine pull or raffle tickets in your ticketing forms. So you have some fundraising opportunities before your event even starts. You get the donor's credit card information in the system faster, and it just makes the whole process so much more smooth. So just wanted to call those out.
Yeah, great points. I feel like there are so many ways to use this form and just create that custom experience. I love your examples. All right, another big piece of the puzzle for events is auctions. So your auction work begins way before the event, right? We have tools to make item procurement and tracking more organized for your team, grouping items together, editing the listings, the photos, the price, all the details so that you have a tidy, professional looking auction page. You can also manage item sales with this tool and GiveSmart events. So the guest experience is also awesome here. It allows your guests to bid from their mobile devices, elect to receive outbid notifications, automatic bid increases. Like Madison mentioned in her event, when people get these messages, they get excited, it creates that like immediate action, right? And no one has to stand around the auction table and just like hover over a bid sheet this way, right? So you can also enable self-checkout to eliminate the other bottleneck of an event, which is that checkout period, right? So that allows a credit card to be charged automatically, eliminates the need to stand in line and check out once you've won an item, just really makes the experience more enjoyable for your guests and for your volunteers and your staff too. Another fun feature I like to call out with GiveSmart events is the ability to create these fun and unique voting contests using the item management tool. So some organizations have gotten super creative with this, whether it's pet photos, which everyone loves, right? Those are always a big hit. School alumni classes, chalk art, whatever you can come up with. There's so much room for creativity here. Your supporters will pay to vote. And again, little friendly competition can go a long way for your fundraising success. So like Madison was pointing out, there are just so many things you can do to just customize the experience and make it whatever you can think of. All right. The toppings to the Choco Taco fundraising taco. So it can be argued that the toppings take a dessert to the next level. Chocolate is always a good idea, in my opinion, and you'll get chocolate in every bite of the Choco Taco. The same is true about your donor strategy. It touches every aspect of your fundraising plan, from annual appeal success to event turnout, just like that delightful chocolate lining. The chocolate topping perfectly finishes your Choco Taco, and it would be missing something without it, just like your fundraising goals without donor retention and stewardship plans. So Donor CRM is the modern, easy to use, secure choice that best enables tracking, thanking, and retaining your donors to give again. GiveSmart Donor CRM is the easiest, simplest tool of its kind. I think we jumped one slide ahead. So starting with our search bar, it may seem kind of silly to talk about a search bar, but just stay with me here and trust me. So with our Google inspired, what we call elastic search technology, our search bar searches contacts, gifts, details. So you see everything in one view. So in the example on the screen here, you can see I was searching for Hermione, and it's bringing up, as I type, it's bringing up her contact, it's bringing up a recent gift she made, it's indexing and bringing up everything in one space, so that you see the full picture. But best of all, you don't even have to spell things correctly. So again, in this example, you can see I left out the I in her name, and it still pulled her up. It is so smart that it recognizes what you're trying to search for, and it finds it anyway, even if you mix up letters or leave them out completely. So I think that's pretty awesome. And not only does this save time and frustration with trying to find what you're looking for, but it helps to ensure you aren't creating duplicates. Because I remember my days in a CRM tool entering donor data and how frustrating it was to discover duplicate records because we didn't think it was in the system due to a misspelling. Someone added a second record, whatever it was that happened. And especially when there were gifts associated with both, and then you're figuring out how to consolidate all of that. So eliminate that. The search capability is pure gold for that reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else that I wanted to call out that's super interesting is in your donor record, you can see in the screenshot that there's that notes section. And that note section is also fully searchable. So if you have certain membership numbers or you have certain details that you want to capture about your donors, those are also searchable. Like the search capability, as Chelsea said, is just gold in the CRM.
Agreed. All right. Next, let's look at the filtering tool. So with GiveSmart Donor CRM, you don't need to know complicated query language. Our filter will literally spell out exactly what you're asking in plain English sentences. So you can see the filter explanation on this example, for example. Plus, we also include lots and lots and lots of preloaded, common, super useful filters to get you started. And a truly unique feature that you will only find in Donor CRM is the inverse filtering capability. So for example, you can pull up everyone that was contacted in the past week, but inverse that filter to exclude that group of people from a mass outreach that you're about to do. And that's done literally with the click of a box to just like inverse. So that's really unique. It's really handy. And it really is best seen in a demo. Like you can just, your mind will blow when you see how helpful that can be. All right, and we also offer the Smart Donor Score tool. So this uses data from your donor CRM as well as other external data to essentially measure the donor's heart and wallet, and it indicates their affinity by capacity. So this is so valuable to segmentation and assisting with those donor asks. Guiding you to make the smartest ask possible. You may find that there are donors who have a capacity to give so much more than they have been, and this just helps you to strategically create that strategy to make the ask right where it should be. And lastly, I'll touch on acknowledgement letters. So our wizard tool walks you through very easily and allows you to edit your templates on the fly, to customize the message to the individual donor if you like, or to that campaign or that specific gift. And you can send this acknowledgement via email, create a print letter, or both simultaneously right from the wizard. And the prompt to send this thank you letter, this acknowledgement, is automatically launched as you enter a gift, which, by the way, is also done through an extremely smooth and simple wizard tool. So you can complete the thank you letter step right away. Now, why is that important? Aside from saving time and making it super easy for you and your team to keep up with your acknowledgement letters, it increases your donor retention rate. So the average donor retention rate is around 40%. So take a moment to think of what yours is if you happen to know it. And did you know that a donor who is thanked within 24 hours of receipt of their gift has an average retention rate of 60.9%? So thanking them is a critical step for your overall and long-term success. And that's why this is a big deal, this automatic wizard that helps you to thank them so quickly. And it's an awesome feature in Donor CRM that can really improve your donor retention rate just by simply thanking them, right through that wizard.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are all really, really great points. And the CRM is such an incredible and fast growing tool. Those are just really great call outs. And so before we jump into the Q&A, I just wanted to do another quick poll here and ask if anyone is interested in learning more. We've gotten some questions in the chat and in the Q&A about pricing. So this is your opportunity. If you have any questions for us specifically about the platform, about pricing, usage for your organization, if you would like your own in-depth demo or tour of the platform, please let us know here. And we will make sure that a member of our team follows up with you within the week. And we would love to hear from you and give you more information. So, and as a reminder, in case you did miss it in the beginning, we are recording today's call. We will be sending it out in an email to all of you within the next 24 hours. So you can share this recording with your team, with your board members, as you have questions, as you make decisions about your platforms and things like that. So thank you everyone who participated in the poll. I'll go ahead and end it and we'll jump into our Q&A. So we've covered a lot about GiveSmart in a short amount of time, and I know we have a couple minutes left. So the first question that we got was about alternative payment options within the platform and different, ways to capture payments and donations. And something that our team always says as far as good practices for alternative payments is our platforms do offer Google Pay and Apple Pay as checkout options. So that makes it really easy for your donors to check out. It's also really great to have sort of a one-stop shop year round, either for your events or for general donation capture. So something like a form that we showed you earlier in GiveSmart Fundraise that your donors can go to throughout the year to donate towards, rather than having multiple channels that might have hidden fees or could get confusing finding different links and things like that when you're capturing those donations. So those are just some alternative payment ideas. Chelsea, I don't know if you have any other call outs as far as alternative payments.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you're right about fees. If you're using lots of external, payment solutions, a lot of those fees get really out of control quickly. So Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, credit cards, all of those being available within everything you do. And GiveSmart is a really great strategy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that was honestly the few questions that we had were about different alternative payment options. So I know we had the opportunity for information requests in the poll. Again, if you have any questions for any of us, please feel free to reach out to our team anytime. We are happy to have a discussion with you, to give you a tour of the platform, to answer questions, to send you plans and pricing, whatever information you need for your team. But on that note, we will say farewell for today. Please use the end of webinar survey to share any feedback with us that you might have. And thank you again to everyone who joined us. Thank you, Chelsea, for your time and for extending your expertise to all of us. We will see everyone next time.
Awesome. Thank you.